Happy Saturday. It is March the 19th. It's the day before the spring equinox. Tomorrow is the first day of spring. And today is also the 14th day of my liquid fast. And I have seven more days to go. So I'll be able to officially be able to indulge in solid foods again next Sunday, which is actually Easter, which is very interesting. So I definitely look forward to that. It's been very eventful during this fast. A lot of things have happened. A lot of things has happened this past week in regards to my life, and I'm looking at it all as a lesson that will I feel different. Like I said, every time I fast, I always feel different afterwards. It's like a huge shift. So, in regards to like what's been going on with me and my, how do I feel as far as the liquid fast? Honestly, I haven't been. When I get hungry, I make sure that I eat, but I haven't really like been wanting to really. I haven't been starving or anything like that. And actually, when I went back to work this week, being back in work and you're busy trying to catch up and everything like that. So I wasn't even thinking about food like that, like as far as wanting to eat, or whatever like that. So I really wasn't thinking about it, but I was using the bathroom a lot because I'm doing the Queen of Foods detox kit, and a lot of the supplements that she has requires you to drink a lot of water, with it. So I definitely have been using the bathroom a lot, which is a good thing, flushing out your system. But in regards to wanting to eat, I've just been, drinking smoothies and juices and stuff like that. Um, I did buy some carrots and some celery, so I do want to do some more, at home juicing. Um, and I just made um, a banana, strawberry, and cacao smoothie, but it's warm, so I put it in the refrigerator. But to me, I'm like, ooh, I've been wanting to do that, even though that's not the best combination because you don't want to mix uh, acidic fruit with sweet fruit. But I did it anyway, so it's all good. But I'm looking forward to eating that. But I definitely want to. I definitely want to. I might have a celery juice. Celery juice, it's got salt taste to it. But yesterday, me and my husband, we went to Whole Foods, and I said, let's get some more tahini. Normally they have tahini, but it's roasted, so it's not raw. You know, we do eat raw, but we're not. I'm not gonna sit here and be like we're 100% raw, but we definitely eat raw because some things like seaweed. There's certain seaweed, like the brand that we get. You can get it not roasted, but a lot of times they don't really sell that. Like it's kind of hard to find the unroasted seaweed, but they do have it. But a lot of times when we do get the seaweed at Whole Foods is roasted. So I mean, this is the seaweed wraps, and what else? That's for the most part. Everything else we get is raw, but like little stuff like that. So for us, we found the raw. See, we found raw tahini, and I was shocked because normally it's roasted seaweed. I mean, not seaweed, roasted sesame seeds. So, and actually, I tasted it. It's very light. It's light. It's lighter than what we normally, the one that we get, which is the Whole Foods brand. It's lighter. It's not as fatty. Of course, it's still fatty, but it's not as fatty. And it doesn't have any salt on it. And the one that Whole Foods brand has sea salt in it. So I like it, I like it. It's cool or whatever like that. And also, um, what else? What else? What else? What else? There's something else. I forgot what brand it is. It's Artesian or something like that. Something like that. But I'll put in the description which brand it is. But we put it I posted it on Tumblr. So I'll also post our Tumblr where I post every post things about what we eat and you know books or whatever whatever represents us. I post it on the Tumblr or whatever. So, but yeah, so that was cool or whatever like that, and um, but as far as like um, taking my the supplements that go with the detox, to be honest with you, with this fast, I haven't been with the last fast. I did the full body detox, which is pills, like I mentioned before. So you take 2 to 3 hours. You take 5 pills, so it's like 30 pills a day. So it's more set. Here, it's not like that. You take like there's one supplement where you take 3 times a day and you drink it with water, like a glass of water. Like a lot of them is drinking it with at least a glass of water or putting it in your smoothie. That's what I probably should do. Just put it in my juices. Like you could put it in your juice, fresh juice or whatever like that. So it's like some of them you take like 3 times a day. If you're on like a fast, like the 7-day or the 21-day fast, or sometimes, or you can buy those separate too, and you can take one a day, whatever like that. So I for all of the supplements, I haven't necessarily been taking them 3 times a day if it says to take it 3 times a day. Some of them you only do once a day. So it's a lot to keep up with. However, I do get supplements in. Let's just put it like that. But I feel like you shouldn't put yourself on a restriction. Do what your body tells you to do, and if you know, and don't beat yourself up if you don't if you forget or whatever like that. Because sometimes, like I said, like you get really caught up in the moment of what you're doing. So I'm really not tripping over it. I honestly, let me tell you what I did today. I dry fasted pretty much up until like um, noon when I went to take a bath. And I did my bath and my shower. But then I drank the tea that goes with the detox. There's a tea that you drink, and normally you take that early in the morning, like, and you take like you take 1 cup in the like early in the morning, another one mid morning, and then one at noon. Well, I really don't follow that. I feel like you should do what your schedule what your schedule's best for you. As long as you get the tea in, get your tea in. So, but yeah, like I drunk some of the tea. I it's equivalent to 3 cups. Like three, even though I may not take it during the time that they recommend on the actual instructions, I still do 3 worths of tea. But I might, you know, do like 1.5 cup of tea here and 1.5 cup of tea there. I do it like that, whatever. Um, like I got some more tea, and um, then I'm going to drink. Probably when I go to a group meeting, I'm going to drink it there. I may drink it there. I'm gonna carry it and drink it. So like, just do what fits your schedule, what fits you. Don't feel like you have to be don't. That's the thing about being on these fasts. Don't feel restricted at all. Like, for real, don't stress out about that. Do what your body tells you to do. Do what is conducive for your schedule, for your lifestyle. As long as whatever you're doing is creating a shift, is creating good habits, is uplifting your mind, your body, and your spirit. Because regardless of what's going on with me and how I'm doing this detox or whatever, I'm feeling a shift. I feel different. I feel different than I did, you know, when I first started this fasting. It's always something. And I'm just learning. The common theme, like I mentioned, is to let go. To let go of things that are just not fulfilling. things that, has run its course, meaning people, things, and mindsets that's run its course, and you gotta let it go. I definitely learned lessons this week. I had a meltdown this week, for real. I had to go off on somebody this week. Oh, I had to go off on somebody this week. But you know what? This has happened to me before. Now that I think about it, when I first started taking the intensives with Nubia I Sutton, I went off on somebody. I thought I'd think about it. It was so funny. And it was during the time that I started to eat raw and I was taking baths and everything like that, and I went off on somebody, and like the people that saw it, they were just like, it's okay. Because, I'm always so quiet and calm and whatever like that. So for them to see that, it's like, wow, it really means that somebody really, like, so that's what happened this week. I went off on somebody. Okay? I'm just going to be real with you. And, after the fact, I thought about it and I was just like, you know what? This is a lesson that, do not let people get under your skin. And also understand that everybody is different, and that, do not stoop to the levels of people, because there's certain people handle conflict differently, and some people are used to drama and handling things, you know, in a dysfunctional way. And I'm not for that. I'm not trying to be like that. So for me in the future, when somebody, is coming at me in a way that I don't appreciate, I'm just going to let them talk. Just let them run their mouth and let them talk. And don't, get myself all, bent out of shape or whatever like that. However, I definitely learned the lesson, and I spoke to my friend Kima about this, and she was like, "This is your lesson of compassion," because if you watch my previous videos, I talk about compassion and how I want more of it. And a lot of times when you get that lesson of compassion, is when it's tough, is when it's hard, and I had to really do that this week. I had to do, I had to be tolerant this week, and be, had to, I just had to be more tolerant this week. I had to definitely, I don't want to say tolerant, but I had to, in order for me to do what I did, I had to have a more open heart. Let's say my heart had to be way more open for me to do what I did this week. Okay. And but it was a good lesson. It was a good lesson, and it was amazing because it brought me and my husband closer. He was like, you know what? This experience brought me and you closer, and I feel the closeness. And we talk about, because a lot of times me and my husband, now we've been married, we're newlyweds, and we talk about how we want a legacy, how we want to leave things for our family, for our children, for our grandchildren, for our great-grandchildren, how we want to leave something for them that we may not reap the benefits of it now, but something that they will be able to reap the benefits of and hopefully pass on to their children. So that's what we want. We want land. We want to live down south. We want to travel the world. We want to have location independence, as Nubia Sutton says. We want all of that, and we want, we know that it's powerful when, a couple works together. And that's one of the things that, I've been really wanting to do with him, is for us to work together, and I know that, with him being a self-employed, and that's just who he is. And it's been an inspiration to watch him, be a self-employed, and, seeing it in my parents, they have that in them too. So, but to see like a mate do it, and, be, in a relationship with somebody and watching them, it really inspires you. And that's what inspires me. I know that I am a holistic practitioner. I practice a lifestyle of holistic health. I don't just, say this stuff. I actually live it, which is why I'm sharing this with you all. But it's definitely inspiration, and I just felt like we got closer. During this fasting, I've gotten closer with my husband, which means I've gotten closer with myself. I've gotten closer with my home, and it's interesting because we I was in the intensive with, and I mentioned it in a video that I was in Nubia Sutton's intensive. And if you don't know who she is, go to Nubia I Sutton #1, NUBIAISUTTON 1. The number one. You don't have to write out the one, but the number one. And go to her videos. She's awesome. She's awesome. I did an intensive where we actively do things to make our mind, body, and spirit elevate. And pretty much it was a spiritual house cleaning where you're cleaning up your house, your body, your mind, spirit. You're cleaning all of that up. And one of the ways that can help, you do that is by cleaning up your actual home and getting rid of clutter, and the room that we have, you know, we've been in this house for a year now. And during the time when we moved in, a lot of stuff was going on. We were planning a wedding. I had to get a new vehicle. It was just a lot of stuff going on. And then finally, after the wedding was over, we slowly started unpacking stuff and getting rid of stuff. We slowly been starting to do that and making this house really a home. But the extra room that we have, we didn't really do anything to it yet. We didn't really unpack anything from there. It was just still like we moved in, and it had like a little bed in it and everything like that. But other than that, it wasn't what I wanted it to be. But ironically, we did have, like I said, I had a family member come, and we cleared out that room because I wanted to clean that room out this month because our son is coming from, Pitt, coming to visit us. So I wanted to make sure that room was cleaned out for, him, and for for other family members and friends that want to come and stay with us. I want that room clear. So finally, so we made sure that room was cleared out, and I was so, all over the place with the accident that I was in, and just, dealing with my nana, passing away, and getting back in the groove of being back home and stuff like that. It was just a lot of feelings and emotions and fasting and wound work and all of that stuff that I was doing, that I didn't even realize that room was clean. And then with the issues the conflict that I had or whatever with a particular person, it was just like, no. I was just so, I was so over that situation. But at that time, at that moment, I really wasn't focused on anything or whatever. I was just a little bothered. I had to calm down. But after they left, I looked into that room and I was like, I just realized that room is clean now. I was like, whoa, that room is clean. And I had pulled a card about everything that was going on with me in that situation, dealing with this person. And it said, clean it up. The card I pulled was clean it up. And I was like, ooh, this means spiritual cleaning of the mind, the body, and the spirit. Meaning I need to clean it up, And then I thought it was interesting looking into that room and see that it was, that room is finally clean. So that to me, that brings more room for abundance, more room for growth. And it's just deep, It's just very reflective. But going back to what I was saying about my husband, I feel like me and my husband have gotten closer. I went with him, spent the day with him to see how he moves. Because, I haven't really done that in a while. But, he's done a lot of little projects. But it's just different when you actually start to see what your mate does from day to day, and it's kind of cool, interesting, to just to see how he moves and what I can do to help him, you know, and whatever he's doing, and he could do the same for me, and how we can merge it together. You know, me and my husband had a consultation with Nubia in regards to, you know, wealth building, and you know, I would recommend it for any couple that want to, you know, build wealth together. So I feel like, and you know, we ironically we had that consultation right before we went to Savannah to go to my nana's funeral. So to me, it's all full circle, you know, because after that, you know, before that, I felt kind of overwhelmed and, you know, with a lot of emotions going on with me. And then I feel like, oh, you know, I want us to, you know, work more together and da 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 da. Because when we work together, when we in that kitchen and we doing that raw foods or talking about health and, you know, uplifting the community and stuff like that, when we're together and we talk about that stuff, or we're, you know, um, you know, opening up our home or to have like meals and stuff with people, with our friends and stuff. We really like doing stuff like that. We like to make people feel good with the food that they eat, you know, that how healing it is for them. So to me, it's like a big deal, and I know that we can definitely come together and do great things together that will uplift our family and uplift our home and uplift our community. But there's so much that I can say in regards to that. Um, but I gotta go. Um, I gotta go. But I definitely want to thank you for, you know, taking the time to watch this. If you watch this, because my videos can be long, but I wanted to really get on really quick and just share that. Um, but I'll talk to you guys later and have a wonderful, 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 blessed day.